Hello, hello! How you been? Oh, I need some energy. I'm the only thing standing between you and your lunch. So I promise I'm gonna be quick, okay? So here I'm gonna show you some crazy experiments I've been doing with built-in AI, which for me, it's gonna change the whole world for us. And I'm not a Google employer, I'm a Google developer expert for over, I would say, 7 years right now, because I've been creating content, publishing on social media, and educating people to the new world of the web. All right, so to get started on this, I brought 2 different projects, and one of them is trying to fix some personal issues that I had back home, and I'm gonna show you. So every time I need some appointment with my barber, I have to go to this step. So I have to log in, I have to choose a category for the service, and I have to choose what kind of the service, and then select the professional, and then I can add additional service or not, but here's the worst part. It's just gonna go every day there for some reason, trying to find a available spot and see how long it's taking. My God, I just need an appointment, right? So it's going there, and hopefully it finds a day. So I can click on this, and I can say any additional comments, and that's fine. Well, what's the problem? It's too slow, all right? We are web developers. We don't want to wait for 40 seconds or so to browse, find a time, or schedule an appointment. So a part of this, I had a different problem as well. So the problem is, I don't know if people say this about Brazilians, but sometimes we are not so good with timing, right? So I had the whole conference to go. It was like, oh my God, I have to go to the barber, to the hairdresser, and so on. So in this case, I always forget to get this in time, and actually he's never available. You saw there, if I need for the next day, he has other reasons there, and he cannot help with this. So my idea back then was, well, what if I create a Google Assistant task or just a Chrome extension to actually check the agenda with the barber or something and tell me, well, he's available tomorrow. Would you like to schedule? I was like, yes. So for me, it would be way easier. I would say over engineering, but I would say, well, we can start and figuring out what we can do. So building this kind of tool, the first step is to hack what the application is doing, right? So I went to the Google browser, I went to the browser there, and I was checking how the requests were made. And being honest to you, there's no security there. It was like just thinking there, I was like, well, not even a token. I was like, fine, it's fine. So I was able to schedule a barber, understand how is the logic they were doing to get those messages and return. And actually, the professionals like this, I get there. Perfect. All of this was gold for me for building the prompt and actually using the browser. So to see this work in practice, I was trying to use only Google Chrome APIs, which is in the web, right? So soon, this is going to be available in all browsers, but currently it's working only on Chrome desktop. So I'm using speech-to-text, text-to-speech, the translator AI API, the prompt API, and a lot of other stuff. I would say my first goal here was to build some AI environment. But currently, this API is not working for Android, I would say. But you can see a grasp, and most of this project was vibe coded. So let's see this working in practice. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Is there anything I can help you with regarding your barber appointment today?
Which professionals I can choose?
We have Luciano, Shuao, and Cohen. Would you like to book an appointment with one of them?
Is Luciano available tomorrow at 11 a.m.?
Luciano Silveira is available at the requested time. Would you like to schedule now?
Yes, please.
Your appointment for Luciano Silveira at 11 a.m. is confirmed.
Woohoo! You know, how crazy is it? This is just running in the browser, and it didn't fry my computer. I didn't have a supercomputer. It was running on a Mac M1, 16 gigabytes of RAM. So, my God, this module is amazing. So just so you know, how are the steps here? I get the message from the user there. I translate it to text with the speech-to-text API, and I translate to English. So what I did is, I'm going to show you further, but I wanted to support any language the browser is currently supporting. So I always do the steps, I translate to English, I send to the prompt API, and I do always the process in reverse. So to get started, you see that I was chatting with the AI as if I was with an assistant. But the whole point is, I could give just a single sentence and it can understand. See how it goes to cancel.
Would you cancel
some
my appointment that I have tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Luciano?
Your appointment with Luciano Silveira at 11 a.m. has been canceled.
Nice, isn't it? I mean, I should have canceled my appointment because I needed some cut there, right? So to understand this, I was thinking as a Google Assistant tool. And I realized AIs were built about this, right? People say that AI was built on top of understanding how humans speak or think. And for me, it was like, well, this could be a good task for a very small module. And let's see. For a message, we have to parse what are the intentions. So Luciano, I can send to the AI and say, well, this is the list of the available professionals. And if you find some there, you can put in a JSON file for me with the current ID. This is amazing. See, available, I can see the type of the request. So if it's canceling or just asking for information, asking what kind of professional are available, and so on and so forth. And for sure, the most important thing here, the date and time. But see, we are working with software programming. I can parse this right away to a JSON file or a JSON object and see the ID, the type of request, and I put this message just to say, well, if the AI wants to reply something or reply to the user based on the data, I can get it there and parse right away. When I was building this project for the first time, we didn't have this major updates that we have there, which is response constraint. Right now, you can send a message, unstructured data there, and it can return a JSON. So for my own project, I got there the whole intention schema. I had the date, time, professional ID, and so on, so forth. After this, I can give some directions, right? Well, for the rules, for the intention of availability, here are the keywords you can use, and then you have a huge file for this. So even though the module is very small, it's powerful for sending and receiving this data. Perfect. So my goal was to use only native browser APIs and wanted to support any language. In the browser, if you don't know, there's a lot of languages you can use, right? But with the translator API, we can just say, well, what is the source? The source, I don't know, Chinese. I went from Chinese to English or English to Chinese, and it just worked seamlessly. So here's an example in Portuguese. Oh, let's learn Portuguese today.
Agende uma consulta com Luciano amanhã às 9 da manhã.
Ótimo. Sua consulta com Luciano amanhã às 9 horas está confirmada.
And see, this time, I just sent a message right away. I didn't check. I didn't ask for permission. I just said, well, do it. If it's available, just do it. So this is the power of AI. All right, for the next project, I would say it's simpler and easier for you to copy and paste for your own projects. Have you seen this new web standard, llms.txt? So this is a goal. Actually, I think it's more about save money, right? Because people are saying, well, AIs are going to my website and I'm spending millions of dollars with CDNs because they are just trying to scrape my data. With LLMs, you're going to have only a single text that provides all the information for your website. So I was thinking, what if we try using this file to actually create a widget and return and reply users offline, private, and in the browser. So right there, I have a company back in Brazil that teaches JavaScript developers there, and I put all the information. What courses I have, what are the links, what are the tracks I will have for different courses, and then we can see this working. See? And one of the craziest things for me is the speed. See, it's running locally in the best machine of the world. What is the best machine of the world? The user's machine, right? Because we don't spend tokens, we don't pay for third-party users, and it's only there. It's amazing. Perfect. I think the next talk, there is some very special topic right here that we are living right now. We live in the future, right? Has anyone heard about WebMCP? Nice, because it was spoken in some talks, right? But see, Hannah, I think, and I don't know if she's here or her team, but this is a very cool proposal that's going to change everything for web developers. See, using AI in the browser changes how we interact with the web, right? Changes, like, the biggest problem for me right now is that we need to click in 4 different pages to find out some information. Or in my case, I had to hack the API from my barber to understand the request and so on and so forth. But imagine if instead we have the llms.txt, we actually have tools or APIs that helps the users to do the same actions. So I could go to the website and just plug my Gemini or something there and make requests. So I would say briefly, the whole goal here is to use your website as an MCP server. This is exciting, no? Because now you can have your own front end, but the back end can be exposed as a public API, but the AIs are going to use that. Yeah, exciting days, my friends. So next steps, right? So I said this is not currently working everywhere so far, but soon it's going to be working. Like in the docs, people say, Google is saying, well, you can use Firebase as a fallback if the user doesn't have, I would say, a requested machine or I would say resources to use those AIs, even though it's very small, but you can use right away. And in my case, I would say I'm going to recommend my barber to create a MCP server for them so I can schedule better my own appointments, right? Nice. Here, there are all links for you to go there. It's open source, so please help me out building your own pull requests. I put there also the references for this talk, and you can move and tell me later too in the social media what you think about these amazing, exciting days we live on. All right, I'm Erick Wendell. Thank you so much for having me.